Yep.
Hey guys, welcome to our Scrub League duels. I'm Steven, not the loser that normally commentates when Sebastian isn't the other one, because both of them were dueling and they needed someone else to do it. We're getting into blue-eys versus world Chalice today. Be a good time. Let's see who's going to start us off. Okay, looks like World Chalice is going to go first. Probably not all that surprising since both of those decks don't really agree on turn order. Generally, Blue-Eyes wants to go second, try to OTK, hit for big damage. Whereas World Chalice go first, establish a board, maybe some firewalls, stop their opponent from playing a bit. Open Venus, which is really nice, so he's going to have a big board at the end of this. Just doing all of his standard World Chalice plays. Be interesting to see if he can do anything more than maybe a couple of firewalls, maybe an Ingursu or something else. Hopefully he can do something else, but I guess we'll just have to wait and see. Yep, as expected, there's Ib. Venus is going to bring out some more shine balls until he gets to all three. There's number 2. There's number 3. Just such a great engine in the deck. Gets you 4 monsters on board's great. Having them be vanillas can be nice if you need it for Link Spider, but otherwise he can just do this and spam cards. There's his Exodia monster that a lot of World Chalice players use now. Already a full board, which is really nice to see. He's got easily at least 2 firewalls plus something else. See if he can go much more. There's an Ingursu for 2 draws, which is very nice. And generally, this is just how World Chalice plays if you haven't seen the deck before. Just spam out a lot of monsters. Doing a lot of the firewall floating from hand, except they do it when their links hit the grave, instead of something leaving there it's pointing to. More shine balls, since he can special them. There's firewall number 1. Double co-linked, which is really nice. Ooh, there's World Legacy. He just absolutely opened pretty much perfectly. You can't really get much better than this. Without a dark hole or something, I really don't know what Blue-Eyes is going to be able to do. Most anything he tries is going to be stopped. Although if he did open up alternative, it can get away with some shenanigans, since firewall bouncing it doesn't really mean all that much. But besides that, I don't know what he's going to have. And there's firewall number 2. Still 2 cards in hand, just absolutely amazing creation of cards. If only the deck was a little more consistent, maybe had some protection, could be absolutely amazing. But as it stands, it's at best a nice rogue pick that can take a regional occasionally, but even then, generally it's with slightly different builds, more kaijus, generally isn't as focused on big boards outside of the archetype and a few engines, just because big boards like this can easily be broken with a board like. Okay, so 2 firewalls, an Ib, a Proxy, and World Legacy. Very nice start. Okay, White Stone. Sage makes sense. For his Blue-Eyes, it'll give him some nice stuff for next turn with White Stone, if he can survive that long. He very easily can be OTK'd here if he doesn't have anything more. Oh, straight to battle phase. Just a blue eyes. I can only assume it'll just get bounced back. Yep, and there it is. Firewall can bounce too, so it'll be interesting to see what he chooses besides the blue eyes. If anything, I would assume he'd at least return some stuff maybe to his extra deck or hand. And there we go. Venus for some plays next turn. Makes a lot of sense. There's the alternative. Good. Problem is, I don't think it's going to do much because the most he's going to just get rid of one card, which with that big of a board really means almost nothing. Turn of effect, targeting the firewall that already died. Has used its effect. Yep, he's just going to let it die. Firewall effect will special the Venus, yep. Okay, Blue Eyes Lin 2 hand, 2 back row. He's going to get his White Stone effect. Alternative is a nice amount of attack that World Chalice can't easily get over if it wasn't for Firewall. Problem is, with Firewall being able to bounce multiple cards, I still don't know what he's going to be able to do to stop himself from just getting OTK'd here. Borload. Okay, very strong. Ooh, nice. Another Exodia Ultimate Forbidden one. Okay, there goes Idlewood Legacy for proxy. That'll give Firewall one bounce, but that's all. Not actually doing that much this turn. Rather surprising. Guess he just didn't have an easy out. 2 alternative besides Borload. Thing is, Borload is still just so strong, being able to take the monster, that I don't know what Blue Eyes will be able to do to survive from this. If nothing else, he still has Firewall able to bounce 1. And he'll be able to use Borload's effect on his opponent's turn to reduce attack again. So getting over it will be very difficult for Blue Eyes. Chooses to crash the alternative to still get damage this turn. Makes sense. Silver's Cry. Just can't get rid of that pesky Blue Eyes. It is still a very strong card, even being a vanilla. 3,000 attack that you can bring out at no cost most of the time is just still really strong. Now, is he going to Firewall? Yep, he's going to Firewall bounce it. He still wants that damage this turn. It is a little bit risky, though, because if he has an alternative now, he draws into one, or a way to search it, he has a Blue Eyes in hand to special it out with. But it does let the World Chalice player finally get some damage on board. And he'll go into Ningirsu. Ningirsu to get rid of the last card, but it's worthless since it's Swing Twister. Good bait from the Blue Eyes player. There we go. Now he has his alternative back and can easily get rid of a card of his choosing. So yeah, even though building that very impressive board turn one, Old Chalice has not been able to survive some of the early grind game of Blue Eyes, slowly beating down his resources, but through the magical power of dragons, he's already in a very bad spot. Let's see what he draws. He can take the alternative, but I don't know if he can do much else. Okay, so he just draws into a World Chalice monster. Let's see. I'll have an Imduck, but yes, he has World Legacy. Okay, that will let him do a lot, actually. And with Heart. Extra normal summon, that can get him to a link too, but I don't know what more he can do beyond that. I really just do not know World Legacies, World Chalice, a lot of their effects, so kind of in the dark, besides some of their basic plays, but they're more advanced combos I'm completely unaware of. Okay, so he's just going to get an Ib. He's going to be able to take the alternative and swing for 48, which should get him very close to winning. However, we'll have to see, because Blue Eyes still may have another trick up their sleeve to save this game. Can this draw save him? Oh, yes, it will. There it is, the big boy Chaos Max. That's going to be able to cause a lot of punishment. There goes Borload. Can't even target Chaos to reduce its attack. I don't know what he's going to be able to save it, I believe. Yep. And Borload will kill the alternative since it's been one of each player's turns. Let's just read Chaos Max. Only cannot be targeted or destroyed, so I believe Borload is just going to take it, and that's going to be the game. Going to do some World Chalice shenanigans. There's Ningirsu first. Okay, that works as well. He's just going to Ningirsu, send them both, and let Borload swing for game. And there you have it. Game one is finished. That just goes to show the power of Borload, a monster that cannot be targeted and is a snatch steal. They can go over and over, as well as high stats and the ability to reduce monsters' attack. Let's see if the Blue Eyes player has something up his sleeve to stop it this time. He was able to successfully stop multiple firewalls, both of which were more than co-linked to each other, which is very impressive. The problem is Borload is just such a great grind game card that it really just took the Blue Eyes player and killed any chances he had of winning. I haven't seen either of these players' side decks, but I'm guessing going into game two, there's not going to be all that much just knowing the way this tournament shapes out. Maybe one of them has something that slightly counters the other player, but my guess is not much. None of them really need to side in Spiller Trap removal, as neither deck plays any face up. Blue Eyes is starting, however. I guess after the double firewall, he just thought his opponent shouldn't be led to start with how strong on the board he was able to mess. He didn't do much himself, but I do think it could be strong enough to hold off. And wow, World Chalice not doing much either. Definitely going to be a much slower paced game, at least at the beginning. Although that right there will give him a lot to work with. But at least this time, neither player starting off with a massive field. At least getting one turn each to set up and wait to see what the other does. There's the blue-eyes in spirit. Ooh, goat tokens. Okay. That'll definitely give him a lot of setup for next turn. There's no way blue-eyes will be able to win this turn, regardless of the rest of his hand. Trying to get over 5 goats. So World Chalice should be able to do something. Assuming his hand, he most likely doesn't have anything along the lines of Venus or Gofu, unless he was trying to bait his opponent into something. So we'll have to wait and see if he's able to amass another crazy board like the first game, or if it's just going to be maybe one firewall linked to a card or two. Battle phase, he'll probably just, swing her the face down, then I would assume 2 goats. Face down his guard dragon, not terrible. Definitely will help him extend his combo next turn, assuming he has normals he can make plays with. Let's see what the blue-eyes player is trying to end with. He's going to bring out another blue-eyes. Get rid of another goat, so he is only left with 1. Now, will he just end, or is he going to try to do some synchro summoning? I would assume he would, as he has white stone, but we'll have to find out. Yep, there it is. Great card to end with. Really helps keep Blue Eyes alive for a turn to 2. Pretty well done by the Blue Eyes player. Went from just a monster. Ooh, that hurts. But not really, though. That's the thing. Dark Hole's nice, but the problem is... well, it does get rid of the monsters. It's definitely not just an auto-win card. He'll definitely have some things he can do at some point. We'll have to wait and see. Book of Moon. Okay. Very solid card. And it just ends the turn. Wow. Since you're not able to link with face downs and there were no more goat tokens, that just really hurt his turn. And White Stone keeps that grind game moving just like every other game. Really strong card. Question is, of course, can he... oh, Soul Charge. That's really going to bring this board back up. Starting to wonder what much if he'd be able to do much, but with that, he can definitely, at the very least, establish a strong board, get some good cards to sit on, and wait till his next turn. Hoping his opponent can't do much, then he can finish him off. The only thing is, unless that face down is something else that's really strong, I don't know if he's going to be able to stop the World Chalice player. If it's something along the lines of another Book of Moon, not really thinking it's going to do all that much, since he should have 2 monsters for the World Chalice player. But if it's something like a Solemn Warning, he could probably end the game with that. Good old Link Kribo, effectively stopping attack by forcing their monster down to 0. Also puts Whitestone in the grave, which gives him some really nice more recursion. 5 cards. Let's see what World Chalice can do. First, I'll start in a Link Spider to summon. And to Imduk, that's a really nice start. Definitely going to be able to combo off if Blue Eyes doesn't have anything here. And even if he does, if it's something along the lines of Torrential, I doubt he'll want to flip it unless he has to, because if he does, he's getting rid of everything he brought back and paid so much for off Soul Charge. And with no cards left, he'd be in a very bad spot. Although that Whitestone will again bring something back and keep him at least a decent position. There's the borer load again. Wow, he also has Exodia. Puts in an attack this time. Okay. It's a 1,000, which is nice, I guess. Gets rid of Link Rebo. Now he's going to grab a blue-eyes, and he's in a very good position. Again, I don't know if there's anything that can save the blue-eyes player besides maybe a dark hole. Even getting into alternative, it'll just not be able to target Borload, and Borload will get over it the next turn. Whitestone grabbing that blue-eyes as always. I like how he chose that artwork. It's very good. Gotta love some Kaiba. Okay, so alternative is coming out. As I said before, it's very nice for him to have, but I don't know if it's going to be able to save this game and the match. I highly doubt it. Gonna just swing over Exodia, finally get some damage, but I think this is probably the end for him. Chooses to reduce blue-eyes attack, rather peculiar. Ooh, painful decision. Going to search that Shine Ball. Inner battle phase, gonna, of course, use Shine Ball to force out the effect of Maiden. Tributing off Maiden for Link Rebo as well. Not a bad decision. Link Rebo, very solid card. Yep, Link Rebo gonna just tell Warlord that it's not dealing any damage. Not that that matters, since it's just gonna steal the monster anyways. Man, this match really, Blue-Eyes has just been punished by their own monsters. Even that turn alone, Alternative hit him for more than he's hit at all this game. Warlord is really just putting in all the work here. Let's see if Blue-Eyes can play through it, or... Nope, and that's it. That is the match. Blue-Eyes has surrendered. It's over. World Chalice will be moving on. Blue-Eyes is finished until the loser's bracket. Although, fortunately for him, he did win one match before. So we will start higher than all of our decks that have been defeated in round 1. Anyways, thanks guys for watching. Like and comment as always, and if nothing else, tell us some ideas for videos you want to see in the future, and also maybe say how you think Blue Eye should have handled it if you have any ideas for how he should have won. Anyways, talk to you guys later.